Are you ready for the most incendiary, combustible, flammable, inflammable, controversial, hard-hitting episode of the Triple Threat Podcast ever? I don't think that's this week's episode, but we're going to find out. Let's hit the music and let's see what happens. All right, well, we hit the music, and the music played our song, Crappy Jazz number 2, I think it's called, on the podcast intro music. This is the Triple Threat Podcast.
Someone wrote and recorded that for free.
For free, yeah. Yeah, it's like, you gotta wonder who writes and records the music for, do you guys remember Channel 8, which was see what show is coming up next channel, and if you flicked over to the next channel and you flick back, you're like, oh, I missed what was on 56. That was what I was looking for, and you had to wait for 51, the whole thing.
51 TBS.
I'm fairly certain that was just a person playing live.
Really, yeah, in the little
like that Portlandia episode where someone's on hold and Fred Armisen's just playing music live for the hold music. It's exactly like that.
That's a nice thought. It's nice to think that somebody is employed, or perhaps a group of people are employed. 3 people per day, 8-hour shifts, rotating on a 24-hour schedule. So
that transition though, that's tough. You got to pick it up right where they're in. I'll count you in, and then you go. And the person's like, "Not my tempo."
It's kind of like,
whatever.
Not my tempo. Yeah.
Not my tempo.
Yes. Hi. If you don't know me, I'm Will. I'm in Vancouver. Alex and Matt are out there in Halifax, and they are interchangeable. They're not special. They're just basically
No. I mean, are any of us special in the grand scheme of things? Really? I mean,
no. There's like 7 billion people in the world. Nobody's special at all. If you think you are,
just
then you're
living right now. Think about all the ones that have come and have yet to come. So.
All right, everybody. So this is the Nihilism Podcast.
This is the Nihilism
podcast. I told you it would be hard hitting. This is hard hitting stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people out there.
You said it was gonna be incendiary, right?
I did, yes, and then I
looked
up.
Am I finally? You guys gonna finally let me talk about minorities or what?
Oh, okay, yeah. The floor is yours.
Yeah, go for it, man.
I'm pro.
You're pro minority, okay.
Pro minorities, guys.
Okay, well that's a very.
If you're not white, thing. That's all right.
If you're not white, that's all right. Well, that's good. It's refreshing to hear, Matt. I didn't know your opinion one way or another.
I feel like
I'm glad to hear that you're for them.
Your life's philosophy can't be summed up into 2 just rhyming lines. Then what the hell are you doing?
That's not my life's philosophy.
That's what I know that. I'm just saying that if you have one, it should be summed up in such a way.
Fair enough.
You don't like that? I don't know. I like it.
Yeah,
life should be simple.
Well, some people's life philosophy, some people's life work is to play football.
Yeah,
some of those people because they play football are now.
Some people just do segues.
Other teams.
Some people are professional segue makers. Yeah, NFL free agency starts on tomorrow, Tuesday, March.
Tuesday at 4 p.m. Eastern.
So I like football, but I'm not an expert. Alex, how is it that free agency starts on Tuesday, and yet Ndamukong Suh is going to join the Miami Dolphins? How do I know that already? How is that a thing?
Yeah, I mean, I wish we talked about this beforehand because I don't have a good answer for that.
Fair enough.
It's just a matter of agreeing in principle versus actually being able to sign on the dotted line. So they've agreed to a deal. The deal can't become official until Tuesday.
I remember that with Sidney Crosby when he was going to sign his big long deal. They were like, he could re-sign July 1st, but they were like, you know what? A few days before that, we know what we're doing. This is what it's going to look like. So I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with negotiating beforehand, depending on what type of free agent you are, and I think they're all unrestricted. And I don't think there's anything wrong with any of that. You just can't sign the contract until his contract is massive, $114 million over 6 years. So $19 million a year
for Ndamukong Suh.
Ndamukong Suh. And Donkey Kong Jew.
Donkey Kong
Suh St. Marie.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
I don't like him.
Contract.
I don't like him at all.
Nobody
I feel
does.
Like he's got a bad attitude. No one does. Even if he's on your team, you don't really like him. Yeah.
I think he's awful. I think he's just awful.
He's an awful human
just
being.
The worst.
He's big.
Yeah, he's terrible.
He's a Ford POS.
He's a Ford POS, and now he's in the same division as your boy Brady.
As the Super Bowl 49 champions?
As the Super Bowl 49
the very
champions
same.
who just didn't get rid of, but did not pick up the option for Mr. Vinny Wilfork.
Now, I had from a source, Alex, that you have an interesting theory about Vince Wilfork. That source may or may not be the person who is our father.
Yeah.
You have a theory about Vince Wilfork.
I don't have a theory so much as the possibilities are there, which is that just because his option wasn't picked up for the cap hit of $8 million doesn't necessarily mean it's entirely impossible that he won't play for the Patriots next year. In all likelihood, he probably won't. We'll see what happens when he hits free agency on Tuesday and starts seeing what his value is like and kind of comes back to the Patriots. But the Patriots are very much of like, hey, go see what your value is. They did it with Edelman last year. Going into last year when he was a free agent, and they did it with Welker as well, where he thought his offers were insulting. They're like, all right, we'll go see what you can get. And Welker ended up taking either the exact same amount of money or less money from the Denver Broncos. So we'll see what happens when Vince Wilfork actually gets out there. And I mean, his position, nose tackle, isn't really like no one's got money nose tackles, on every team. It's not really like your go-to skill position, even on the line. But, I mean, it's great that we have him. He's going to be a huge hole if he's gone. But at the same time, the market value for him probably isn't all that high. Especially being at the age he's at, being an 11-year veteran and stuff like that. But I don't know if that's akin to what Dad told you, Matt, in terms of what my theory is just because they didn't pick up the option because of the cap hit doesn't mean that, it's out of the realm of possibility that he'll play for the Patriots next year.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I don't know.
Okay,
and, there's a lot of players being released, and a lot of players are going to end up on different teams. Looks like Frank Gore is going to end up in Philadelphia. Reggie Bush got released from the Lions. There's either Jonathan Stewart or D'Angelo Williams get released from the Carolina Panthers. So, I mean, they're not big names so much as kind of formerly big names that had way too much money on their contracts. So we'll see what happens with that there. I don't think that Frank Gore played for the Oregon Ducks, so I don't know why he's going to sign with the Eagles, but that's just my opinion.
Chris Johnson didn't get released, but he did get shot.
He did get shot in the shoulder. He's all right. He'd be all right.
In his shoulder. He'd be all right.
So
Don't
funny
need your shoulder to play football.
Yeah, well, I mean, he needs a lot more than a shoulder to, get back in the league, so we'll see what happens there.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like in terms of Wilfork, because he's always played for the Patriots, you feel like he's always going to, and then you look at how many players actually play for the whole team their whole career, like big money players or anyone like that, who has an over 10-year career and can stay with the same team. It's very rare. And you want to believe you can do it, I think, but if you look at, say, if Peyton Manning can't do it or friggin' Joe Montana can't do it, like really, what chance do you have of doing the same thing? If they can't, if you can't justify your contract to another team, you're going to be gone.
Forgive my ignorance. Who else did Joe Montana play for?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, okay.
Like a couple
Chiefs
years.
And the Niners, right?
Well, just kind of that weird transition between Steve Young being like, and he was injured. Like, he was injured for about a little over a season. I want to say in the late 80s, and Steve Young came in and played kind of lights out. And they're like, okay, well, he's younger and he's mobile and, he can do all these things just as well as Joe Montana. And this is the guy we're kind of going to have to go with now. Kind of like Rodgers and Favre, but that was more awkward because it wasn't injury related.
Well, I'd say, I guess Kaepernick and Smith weren't injury related either.
Was Smith injured?
Smith
maybe
was injured. He was, but I mean, the saying being that like the unwritten rule is you can't lose your job due to injury in the NFL. That's what they say, but it looked like that was kind of what Harbaugh wanted. Those Harbaugh brothers scheming, undermining everything. So
hey.
You know how it is. You know how they be.
Hey man, there's only one.
Go ahead.
I said there's only one in the league right now. And his other brother
paid out the wazoo from Michigan. So.
Yeah, it's true. And he was on the sidelines
just crazy to see
at that game.
Yeah, it's like that Batman thing. It's like you either Die a hero. You have to retire early and stay with the same team like Steve Young did because he had concussion. So he played for the Niners his whole career, I want to say, at least all the important parts. And then, or you live long enough to see yourself become replaceable based on your contract and kind of the youth movement that you have to eventually make. I mean, that's why potentially Garoppolo's in New England because he's a potential replacement for Brady. So we'll see. And look at, say, guys with long careers who actually did make it through. And the two that come to mind for me are John Elway and Dan Marino. And oddly enough, they came out of the same draft class in 93 and both retired in the late 90s, I want to say. So they played 16, 17 years with the same team.
But I think Marino stuck it out until even the early.
He might have been 2000. I think 2000 on the dot maybe. And Elway retired right after the second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Who can blame him? And he only did that because Terrell Davis was there. So.
Yeah.
Actually, funnily enough, I was watching this thing, and I'm talking so much, on the NFL Network.
It's a podcast, man. That's what it's all about.
About like the recap of the 1987 AFC Championship game, and it was the Denver Broncos kind of right in that young Elway mode when they were kind of on their Buffalo Bills thing where they were winning all these conference games but losing every Super Bowl. So he went 0-4 in the Super Bowl, I want to say, within the first 6 or 7 years of his career before winning the 2 at the end of his career. And they're going over the game, and Cleveland's like a monster back then. In '87, they had the dog pound going, and they're actually a really strong team behind Bernie Kosar, who has a super weird release. If you watch him throw, I have no idea how it gets anywhere, but it works for him. And it comes down to the last play of the game, and Cleveland's going to rush the ball, run into the end zone, and the guy fumbles the ball on the 1-yard line in the AFC Championship game in 1987 before going to the Super Bowl. And I'd never heard of that before. Like, it's similar to the
fumble, yeah.
Yeah, for a huge fumble or like the drive or whatever they call, Malcolm Butler's interception on that. Like things that become historic lore in the NFL, and that one just kind of slipped through the cracks. It's like your running back fumbled on the 1-yard line and you miss going to the Super Bowl. And there you go. And there you have it. I mean, they would have got crushed by the 49ers in the Super Bowl anyway, but it's just interesting to see how we put so much stake or anything like that into mistakes or they become historic in a way, and that one somehow slips through the cracks.
Yeah, I don't remember seeing footage on that.
No, exactly. Like, you've never heard of it before. I didn't hear about it until I was randomly watching NFL Network one day, and they showed that, and I was like, I did not know that happened. That is interesting to see.
The reason I haven't seen it is because it's not a wacky CFL moment, because TSN likes to air that a lot, because they have 5 channels and not a lot of content.
Yeah, and you know what? Like,
what's the idea behind that? We lost the NHL contracts. We have very few games. It's kind of what we rely on, and let's get 4 more networks going.
Because they
probably had that in place before.
They need to get started.
Contract.
They need to get back to it.
Yeah, but to what?
Yeah, I guess so. They want to put maybe they want to put a framework in place for when that NHL contract comes up, I guess. But that won't come up for another. That's like, how long is that contract that they have with Rogers? Like, I want to say 9 seasons, but it might be something smaller, like 5.
No, I think it's between like 7 and 10. So you're, whatever you say. So if you say like 8 or 9, I think it's along those lines. All they have right now, they have all the Raptors coverage. Curling, and now they're actually the UFC provider for Canada. I don't know when that transition happened, but Sportsnet doesn't really do any UFC stuff anymore.
Showdown Joe, is Showdown Joe on TSN now?
I don't know. I don't really watch. I don't like Showdown Joe. I don't know if he's actually been doing anything for a while. But just in terms of the free fights, the fight nights and stuff like that, kind of the Fox Sport 1 coverage seems to come through TSN now versus Sportsnet. So I don't know if there's a contract that they can get. Or they can simulcast it, but they don't have it anymore.
Yeah,
doesn't have it anymore.
I did notice that, seemingly out of nowhere. It's just like, we're on TSN now. Seemingly out of nowhere to me. So I guess that kind of like a thief in the night, it took place. Interesting. And then, at TSN and Sportsnet, don't they share the NFL contract, don't they? They both broadcast NFL games, depending on what night, I suppose. TSN will have Monday Night Football, and Sportsnet will have.
I don't know, because CTV will have it too, and
Sunday
they kind of
coverage.
run through the same thing. I don't know how any of these contracts work, to be completely honest with you. I'm not the most intelligent person there is, but I don't know. I think the only one. No, you're right. Sportsnet does do it through Sundays too. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, they do, and they do Thursday, I think, on Sportsnet. I don't know. Whatever. We get games in Canada, and it comes on a channel. Just look at your, look at the thing. Don't look at Channel 8.
Though, it's so frustrating. Is it true they're getting rid of that? Matt, didn't you say something about that, like during the Super Bowl? I feel like someone said something about that. That, when, after for example, after the Pats won the Super Bowl, we're like, yeah, it's amazing. This is awesome. And then CTV switched to the news or something like that. And CBS was showing kind of the victory, the trophy presentation and all that. But because the simulcast was going, even the CBS channel, what we were watching it on, the NBC channel we were watching it on, was still showing whatever the CTV thing was because the simulcast completely screwed it up.
Yeah, and so not this year, but the year,
very
next
stressful.
year, but the year after.
You think the stress is gone after the Pats win the championship, and then you're like, no, I'm still stressed about this crap now because I can't see them win the
there's a chance we don't see
trophy.
the Lombardi Trophy.
Maddening,
it's stressful,
maddening.
Yeah, and you know what? They go and they run all these MasterChef episodes all night, and you know what? Other things that run all night.
It was MasterChef.
Okay,
the movie,
good. That was
Run All Night
with
Liam Neeson.
That's not the transition I was expecting, Matt, but I appreciate that a lot.
And I talked over it.
I do what I can.
I apologize.
That's okay.
So why are we talking about Why are we talking about Run All Night with Liam Neeson?
Well, I guess on this podcast, from time to time, we feature reviews of films that are out, usually after a couple of months or even years. We find these films, but my friend Zach Peterson, friend of the show, he was privy to movie. He gets the tickets to movie previews, right? So Wednesday, 2 Wednesdays before the movie comes out. This movie comes out March 13th, Friday the 13th. So 2 Wednesdays before that, he gets a free preview ticket thing, just like when we went and saw Kazam in theaters years ago. You guys remember that? Yeah, that was.
Of course. How do you forget Kazam live in theaters?
Yeah,
that was a highlight of our night. And this movie is. Thanks, Dad. No longer a friend of the show. No, this movie is Liam Neeson stars in this movie. Ed Harris, Joel Kinnaman from RoboCop and The Killing. Common is in it. And Vincent D'Onofrio and Genesis Rodriguez. So not a bad little cast, and it's fine. I really feel like Liam's kind of like, all right, we're going to do another movie where I've got a gun and I'm on the phone and I say something threatening to someone. Here we go. And I felt Liam, pun intended, you kind of feel him being like, all right, I think he's kind of getting tired of this. After doing Taken 1, 2, and 3, A Walk Through the Tombstones, nonstop, and now this one. This one was more of, I would say it's more of an ensemble than those other movies. But, it's an okay movie. It runs too long. For a movie called Run All Night, you think it'd have more of a frenetic pace. And it really does drag in some spots. But, some decently cool fighting scenes and gunplay. But it's pretty forgettable. I forgot, pretty much all of it the day after. So it's not a movie that, unfortunately, it's not a movie that I can recommend. But thanks for the tickets, Warner Brothers Canada. We appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you. My favorite.
I thought that was going to get nominated, but I guess I have to change my Oscar projections for 2016.
2016, yeah, exactly. No, my favorite, probably my favorite part
Liam.
of the whole night was the San Andreas trailer. It's the new rock movie where the earthquake comes and beats up Los Angeles.
Is Gina Carano in that
Rock has to face it. Gina Carano might be. I can actually double check.
I think she plays the earthquake, right?
No, actually, the earthquake is Frank Tenta. No, John Tenta. That's his name. That's who's playing the earthquake.
Typhoon, of course.
Yeah, so you guys both know. Yeah, Shockmaster. Actually, that would be way more appropriate if Shockmaster played the earthquake, given his name.
One of my favorite things. Russell Crowe.
Yes. No, I don't see Gina Carano in San Andreas. This movie, of course, not based on the video game franchise either, but it's about the biggest fictional earthquake to hit Los Angeles ever, and Rock is very excited about it. He plays a firefighter helicopter dude who, saves the day or whatever.
Firefighter helicopter
dude with big muscles. The trailer's way funnier if you watch the show Last Week Tonight with John Oliver, who did a bit about American infrastructure and the obsession
yes.
of movie audiences with seeing places, cities crumble, roads get destroyed, all that kind of thing. And he's like, there's not really a movie where they just kind of like, all right, let's maintain this, pillar, let's maintain this bridge, truss, let's maintain this.
The trailer
stuff.
they made for one looked really good, though.
It was funny. They did a big star-studded trailer with a bunch of, Hollywood people being like, all right, let's, Ed Norton's in it. And, anyway, it's very funny. I'm sure you can find it on YouTube.
D'Onofrio.
Ed Norton's
Double
in it.
D'Onofrio's in this podcast. Who would have thunk it?
Double D's. Sugar, water.
Nope, that was a dumb thing to say.
Yeah, that was what? I was talking about the batteries.
It's almost like that means something else.
I picture that going differently in my mind.
It means.
I've been quoting Hitch way too often lately. I don't know why.
That is that is odd. I'll admit.
I'm still excited for the sequel.
But no, I
Hitch
say
2, Son of a Hitch.
My favorite. What was that from again?
That's from Parks and Rec.
Right?
Yeah.
No, my favorite part
it's in the future.
My favorite part of the San Andreas trailer is, and this isn't a joke, it's Paul Giamatti, and he's like, "Oh, here's the thing. A lot of people don't understand. This earthquake is so huge, it's going to affect the East Coast too." And I'm like, that's some of the only dialogue in the whole trailer. I'm like, why did you have to put that in there? Are people in New York watching this movie being like, "Oh, this movie's going to be hilarious. LA's going to get destroyed, man. I can't wait to see this happen." And then they're like, "Oh no, the East Coast too.
Country?
Oh, never mind."
Yeah, it was very Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago would be like, "Hey, Swirsky, get over here.
What's going on in as long as we're in Pittsburgh, we're gonna be okay."
How many heart attacks is that for you now, Hank? That makes Baker's dozen for me there.
Make us a Baker's dozen. I bet Coach Ditka go up against that earthquake. Who'd win?
Coach Ditka or Earthquake Ditka?
Here's the hitch. The name of the earthquake is Earthquake Ditka. Okay, I don't know. Anyway, so San Andreas might be that looks like a skip to me. I mean, I can't get excited for computer generated destruction. I don't understand. It'll probably do very well internationally because those movies typically do those.
I think that's like 3/4 of the reason they exist. The story.
It is. That's why these big, movies exist. Speaking of big movies, this was just announced this weekend. We have a new first place winner for box office in 2014. American Sniper overcame Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1. Yeah, American Sniper #1 in 2014, even though they made most of their money in 2015. But it came out...
Wait.
It came out Christmas
going off release
Day.
You're telling me golf going on... Wait... They're saying that was the movie that made the most money in 2014 was American Sniper?
Yeah.
The movie that was released in 2014
domestically
accumulated
that's unacceptable.
the most.
You can't declare that.
Domestically.
Well, unacceptable.
That's unacceptable. Okay, we'll give Hollywood a call. I'm just reporting what's going on.
It's not Hollywood who's getting a call.
Who are you calling?
Did Chappie bomb or what?
Chappie did
Folks,
okay.
You know how badly Chappie did.
Chappie did okay. It didn't do well. But Unfinished Business was considered a bomb for a Mr. Vince Vaughn. No relation to the show,
Hey, that happens when...
No relation to the Triple Threat podcast whatsoever. No.
Yeah.
Chappie made worldwide $27 million off a $49 million budget.
How much was the budget of Chappie?
50.
Oh, okay. We thought you said
50 million?
449.
I thought you said 249 million. 49 million.
Not
why I thought you said
at every screening, there's a real Chappie there.
Hey, man.
That was a movie.
Hey, man.
I saw a trailer for Chappie in theaters, and I was so angry at it by the end of it. I was so upset.
I don't even know
Really?
what it is.
That movie just looks so bad.
It's just
what about it?
That I had to witness it.
So you were
just dumb concept. Don't care about robots who might be a robot cop.
Hey,
I already saw a RoboCop movie this year. It was called RoboCop. Had that guy from that show in it, and his kid liked the Red Wings.
because it was in Detroit. Actually, in Run All Night, there's a lot of...
It doesn't matter why he likes the Red Wings. He just did, you guys. He wasn't watching Lions games at home.
There's a lot of... I think the NHL is really cool with their like memorabilia being used in movies, because in Run All Night, there's a huge thing about the Rangers. He actually goes to Madison Square Garden to elude the cops. at one point as a Rangers game is letting out. And I think it was oh shoot. There was another movie I saw where a guy goes to like a Kings game and he like hides in the crowd there or something. And
well, of course, there's the classic sudden death where
Jean-Claude Van Damme goes to a hockey game.
Well, he doesn't just go to any hockey game. He goes to a Pittsburgh game.
Goes to the Igloo.
He suits up. He plays goalie for a little bit.
Does he actually?
And then he kicks some guy in the throat with his skates.
Shut up. Is this actually happening right now? Does that happen in the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. I'm so excited.
You never seen Sudden Death?
No,
I don't want to see it now.
Sudden Death.
Oh, man, you're missing out.
Hey, well, what color was that dress
I've seen Sudden Impact with Jackie Chan. I don't know. This is possibly gonna open up a big can of worms, man. I don't know if I want to answer this question. But that dress to me. Okay, before I say anything, can we explain the science behind this dress? Like, I'm sure there's articles where you can like read the science behind why people think so differently.
Something about your eyes overcompensating and that cause you to see white and gold.
Really? Your eyes overcompensate? Yeah. Okay, because I see black and blue when I look at that.
Okay, me too. Matt?
Yeah.
I don't know how that's like. Given if you look at the picture that was shown, I don't see how you see that gold color being black.
It's so funny to me.
Well, I just like if you were to open that picture and let's say some sort of Photoshop, and you use the color picker, and you went over what you were saying is black, it would be gold. It's just gold, and
is
black
that true?
isn't gold.
Did anyone
if you
do
put
that?
enough light on it. Yes, a lot of people did that. Guys, there's more important things to talk about right now. Because we were on Box Office Mojo looking at Chappie. I saw you can go and you can look at the all-time domestic, like who's the first overall. Of course, it's Avatar, it's Titanic. But then you can go the least money made of all time for a movie. And I found it.
The least
you
money
know
ever
how
made?
much money? The least money made for a movie. I don't know if this is wide release. I don't know what it is.
Have we heard of it before?
Okay, it's widest. It was in one theater. It's a movie called Zyzzyx Road, ZYZZYX.
Are you sure it's just not alphabetical, Matt?
No, I guarantee you it's not. Katherine Heigl was in it. It was released in February 2006. Its budget was $2 million. Opening weekend, $20.
$20? How's that even possible?
Domestic all time. $30. Zyzzyx Road, conceivably seen by, I imagine, 3 people, one of which saw it the Monday after the movie came out. It was open for 6 days.
Like you would think at least the crew that saw, you think at least the crew that saw that made the movie would have maybe brought their family to it or something that week.
The next highest movie made more than double. Storage 24 from 2013 made $72.
Would you say that this might have been something that? Let me think here. I'm wondering if it's one of those movies that was like filmed in like 2002, never got released, and then Katherine Heigl got big, so they re-release it. But I don't know.
It would cost more. I mean, in the end, it would cost more money to release it to make it put it on celluloid than it would be anything else.
It's got a very, very, very crappy looking poster on IMDb.
Yeah,
like really,
it is not good.
Yeah, just horrendous.
John, okay, that's just
the
so
one
weird
for
to me.
wide releases. I'm sure someone could tell us, but I just don't know how I would look that up.
Yeah,
and I wouldn't have guessed Zyzzyx Road if you gave me 9,000 guesses of what is the
it's good,
lowest grossing movie of all time.
It's a good trivia question.
Yes, Zyzzyx Road.
Weird,
but thank you for not asking it.
All right, that's very strange. All right, well, moving on.
Anywho.
Got to hit a brick wall here. So I'll take this opportunity to say that next week on the show, I'm going to say this again at the end, but next week on the show, guys, I interviewed Sarah Canning back in August, and we decided to keep our interview on the shelf for a couple of months so we can
put that on the
release
D-low.
around the time of Remedy Season 2. Which airs March 23rd on Global, Remedy Season 2. So next week, a week before, you'll have a whole week to listen to my interview with Sarah Canning, one of the stars of Remedy, one of the stars of the recently released at Film Festival in San Jose, Cinecoop, the recently released Edward. That's finally out. And that's getting some good buzz. And I was very fortunate to be part of that movie as well. So, yes, next week, Sarah Canning coming at you. So
it's going to buzz bigger than insects in Texas.
That'll be a good one. Way better than a swarm of bees. Apparently.
Or a swarm of killer horses.
That's scary stuff. Kicking in the face.
I feel like horses are not called swarms, but depends, I suppose.
It's called
I don't know. It doesn't.
It's called a herd. A herd? Am I way off? It's not called a herd. Group of horses.
It's called a gallantry. A gallantry of horses.
Gallantry of horses. That's interesting. Like a murder of crows, or what's the other one? There's another one that people don't really know.
Encyclopedia of Owls. No, that's not what it's called.
Yeah, that's one. It's not what it is.
Is that one?
Is that from a thing? Library?
A library?
Owl group name. Here we go.
Is this what we're doing right now? Oh my
god! Of course.
Why not?
Alex, you got anything else to do?
A parliament.
Parliament of Owls.
Parliament of Owls.
That's dumb. Unless those owls are
that's a thing.
Unless those owls are banging on a table with their hands.
Ever called anything? I remember my friend sent me a picture. They work up north in Nunavut, and they sent a picture. It was like, check out how big this crow is, and you're like, that is just a bird in the middle of a snowy field. I have no frame of reference for how big it is.
No frame.
It could be the size of a
$5
house
bill
or a
next to it.
I have no idea. Banana for reference.
Also, I want to say, Matt, I caught what you said. You just said owls have hands, so I just want to point that out. That you said that.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys watch?
I would love for you to explain why that's relevant. Owls with hands on tables. So what?
Okay. I'll let you think about that one. Did you guys see SNL on Saturday? Chris Hemsworth?
No.
No, I didn't. I saw the review and it said it wasn't that good, so I was like, I don't know.
Is any SNL really that good? I mean, I liked it, but
yes,
it's
Justin Timberlake hosting.
Show.
Then yes, it's good.
Doesn't SNL doesn't stand up to criticism that well, in my opinion. It's not a show that really needs to be reviewed, I guess. I don't know. I thought old Hemi did a pretty good job, though.
Old Hemi.
He's a pretty charismatic dude. And, he did a good job. He's Australian, man. They're cool. They're cool people. They don't really care. So they can just get up and be live and do a bunch of stupid stuff and then go home.
Yeah, no, that is what happened. They go on TV for an hour and a half, and then they go home.
Yeah, they don't rehearse. They just go up. Cool, read their lines. I like to see that.
I didn't see it at all.
All right, so that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for downloading the show. I don't know.
That's it?
Maybe, sure. I saw.
All right, what do you got?
I saw and listened. Or what?
Which?
Yeah. Both.
Oh.
Boom.
No, it was
I saw and listened to Aziz Ansari's new stand-up special.
Yes. So what'd you think? Live in Madison Square Garden. And I want your opinion on that. I watched the first 10 minutes, like probably 15 minutes before we just started recording this, so I haven't seen the whole thing yet.
Fair enough.
Let me hear what you think of it without giving no spoilers.
Sure.
No spoilers.
I liked it more than his last special. I thought it was quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
I think that he is very talented as a stand-up comedian. I think the production value of his stand-up set is very good, which, for an industry that prides itself on mostly being in front of brick walls, that's kind of fun. And, it was good.
Okay.
I
would say that
I laughed a lot.
Okay. I would say that in the first 10 minutes, I didn't even crack a smile and might not watch the rest of it, but that's just me. Maybe it's a build. It might be a build. I don't know. We'll see.
Might be, but yeah, it was slower to start.
You know when you have to
I love the idea of you
and you're like,
that.
do I have to go back to that? Like if I was just watching it through and through, I'd be like, yeah, that's good. But just watching the first 10 minutes and having to pause it, and you're like, there was nothing in that would make me think that this is going to get better. But I mean, that's just my opinion. I really didn't like his last special either. I don't think he has the quality of material to do like a once a year thing. But that's me.
I mean, it's similar stuff he talks. I mean, comedians often talk about similar things.
So.
But yeah, he talks about relationships and food and being an immigrant and yeah, that's what he does, and that's okay. It's still good. I think
Real original.
Covered some new ground. Yeah, covered some new ground. I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
I'm trying to think. There's a bunch of. Go ahead, Will.
I like. Yeah, no, I'm saying I liked his first special a lot And a second, it just seemed to be a lot of diminishing returns for me in regards to Mr. Ansari, because he's done. This is his fourth one now, right? He's done
something like that, yeah.
Yes, I think it's his fourth one. I also don't like arenas aren't good for comedy. I don't think.
I feel like he was just like, well, I'm doing Madison Square Garden, so I guess I have to record it here.
Yeah.
Oh, sure,
I didn't see any lack of quality on that one.
I would say, I mean, obviously I'm not a huge fan. Like, I was a really kind of a bigger fan when he was younger and kind of the human giant phase. Not so much now. And like, it's good for him that he's getting bigger and making what he will of it. I'm just not the hugest fan of it, I guess. But I don't know. That's on me.
No.
That's on me. Oh,
yes.
I got to talk about something when we're done this. So you guys keep going on that. Well, you haven't
seen
it yet, I guess, eh?
No, I haven't seen it. They just put it up a couple nights ago, right?
Like, I think it literally went up on like Thursday or Friday night. So, I mean, I probably will watch the rest of it if you say that you enjoyed it. And
I hope you do watch
Fargo,
it and enjoy it.
So, I mean, everything you say now is taken with a
grain
of salt.
It's so odd that colors everything. Everything that I've ever done is now colored by the fact that I did not like Fargo.
It's like when Ted Mosby is thinking about like what's the like one thing with Robin, and it was like she didn't like Roadhouse or something like that. No, Field of Dreams. She hated Field of Dreams, and he could never get over that point. He's like, yeah, but she hated Field of Dreams. So, I mean, what are we talking about here?
It's a sticking point.
Speaking of Netflix, too. Go ahead, Will. Sorry.
No, I'm saying about regarding Netflix, I've been catching up on some stand-up stuff on there.
Anything in particular?
Yeah, just watched Jim Jeffries. Just watched Mark Maron's one. So
Think you
I turned off Mark Maron's. Think you pain? I turned that one off.
I watched it.
Yeah,
I liked it.
I like Maron.
I think he's coming to town. Yeah.
Nice.
I think he's coming to town soon. So
Take's
I
coming
might
here.
check that out if I can. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Mr. McIntyre and his buddies
coming, so I'll be
up.
checking that out. I think I am going to end up going to see Kevin Smith too. My buddy bought tickets.
Oh, you
and
are?
His girlfriend or his wife can't go, so I think I might just have to go. I was like, "What do I do for the ticket?" They're like, "Well, nothing." I was like, "Okay, well then I'll definitely be there."
Yeah,
you got it. Kid.
Yeah,
you'll get your money's worth
I'll
for
be
sure.
interesting to see his talk at the end, but that's going to be a long show. I think Tusk and then the Q&A or whatever he does afterwards. So we'll see how that goes.
Oh, I had to watch Tusk. That sucks, man.
Yeah. They were just about to buy tickets, and he's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Look," I text my brother, being Will, because he'd seen Tusk. I said, "Well, what do you think of Tusk?" And he was like, "Weird movie, man. Weird movie." And you're just like, okay, that is definitely not a thumbs up. So I don't really care if I ever see it. And I don't know. That's just it's
and
like
you are.
It's interesting. Well, I might see it. I don't know if he's going to go alone versus me coming with him. Like, obviously, I'm going to do that. So, I mean, what's the investment other than my time? And we all know how useless that is.
That's true. It's precious. But maybe you should watch the movie in the interest of giving a review for this show, adding a little content, more content that we have this week. Apparently, I think that would be good.
Well, I mean, and
give us the review of Kevin Smith's talk.
Yeah, the things I'm watching now are things we've already talked about. Like I saw Whiplash this week, and I'm going to catch up.
I saw
on the
Birdman
Oscars
this
and
week.
Stuff like that.
You know,
so yeah. So it's all things we've seen. Matt, you liked Birdman.
I liked Birdman. The biggest compliment I could pay Birdman was essentially saying that during the movie I was kind of like, oh, where's this going? I don't really know where this is going. And then it kind of went on its way, which is nice. It's nice to have a movie that doesn't feel like it has to necessarily be conventional or doesn't have to follow certain things. I will say I didn't care for Emma Stone in it. I like Emma Stone. Didn't like her in the movie. Didn't really care.
But she only got nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah, and that's fine.
And lost.
Has
anyone seen
that?
Still Alice? I feel like Julianne Moore just swept every award show with it, and no one's seen this movie, but I don't know.
Yeah. I think it's playing I think it's not Park Lane, but it is a Park Lane, I think. It's not at Oxford anymore.
No, okay.
I didn't know it had Alec Baldwin in it until they showed that clip at the Oscars.
I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that either.
I really hope it's just their romance that 30 Rock edited together for an hour and a half.
That would be nice. I just forgot about that.
Yeah, using that. I think. So, Alex, you saw Whiplash.
I saw Whiplash. Yeah.
Yeah. Give me 3 sentences on Whiplash or more.
3 sentences on Whiplash or more. I thought that the acting in Whiplash was phenomenal. I thought it was a very well-done movie, and it fell just short of great for me in terms of some... I mean, I'm going to say it, third act problems, but that's just me. I mean, we can say that for anything. So there's some interesting points to it that, I mean, I could really delve into, but I mean, we're not going to get into it right now because, Matt, you haven't seen it, right? Yeah,
can I ask real quick, like, because when they announced that they were making a Snidely Whiplash origin movie.
Can you ask a little slower, please?
Yeah, when they said you stepped on the joke, that's okay.
It's okay. Oh, sorry.
When they said they were making a Snidely Whiplash movie about his origin story, I was wondering what they would do with it. And so I'm surprised they went with jazz drumming as an origin story for him.
Oh, I don't know who Snidely Whiplash is.
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
He's from, Wacky Racers.
Yeah. Oh, he's the guy Robert De Niro played.
No, Robert De Niro played.
I love that that's a sentence now.
Is that who he was? Is that who he was in the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie?
I don't think so. Maybe Jason Alexander. I don't know.
No, Jason Alexander was Boris Badenov in the Rocky and Bullwinkle movie.
Did you see this movie, Will?
Which movie?
Rocky and Bullwinkle live action. Yeah.
No, I can't say I've had the pleasure.
Okay, guys, I really need your help. I know I could look this up online. I don't want to. There was a live Flintstones movie where John Goodman played Fred Flintstone.
Yeah.
Who played Barney Rubble?
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Yeah. Okay.
And Betty was Rosie O'Donnell? And I don't know who Wilma was.
No, who's over? Oh yeah, okay. What's who's Wilma?
I don't know. I just said that. Halle Berry
from
not Halle Berry.
Halle Berry's in it. Yeah, Halle Berry's in it.
Halle Berry is in it though.
Yeah, but
isn't Mr. Mayor from Portlandia in it too? Am I crazy? I know he has a name, but
yeah, his name is Mr. He's not Mr. Slate. Mr. Slate is somebody else. He's like,
is he not Mr. Slate?
Maybe he's Mr. Slate. Yeah, and like the bad guy in the movie gets covered in. They invent concrete basically. He's like, I'll name it after my daughter, Concretia. No, he's the one that gets covered in the stuff. He's the bad guy. He's a very handsome bad guy.
God.
I remember.
They frame Fred Flintstone for embezzling.
Promotion.
Yeah.
Oh no, but initially he gets a promotion because Barney switches their tablets.
Yeah, and then in the
Barney switches it off.
By the way, in the sequel, the guy, I can't believe I don't remember his name, but in the sequel, Viva Rock Vegas, it's I think it's Stephen Baldwin or one of the crappier Baldwins.
It is Stephen Baldwin
playing Barney.
Yeah,
it is Stephen Baldwin playing Barney, and it's the guy who was in
Game of Thrones.
Well, he's in Game of Thrones. Yeah, he's the king. Yeah, and that what was the name of his sitcom? I keep forgetting the name. Still standing. I think it's such a lark that this very talented British actor just comes to America and he's like, yeah, I can play your fat sitcom husband. That's not hard.
And then reprise that role as the King of the North in Game of Thrones.
In Game of Thrones. Yeah, it's hilarious. What a great
I'm the fat
career.
husband guy. What do you want from me?
Yeah, exactly. Except I'm the king. No, I want to say that I did look up Rocky and Bullwinkle here, and Robert De Niro was fearless leader. And Rene Russo was Natasha, and Jason Alexander was Boris.
Matt, I'm very sorry for stepping over your joke.
That's okay. It's all good. I gotta say, looking here at the Flintstones on IMDb, this has to be the most handsome that Rick Moranis looked in a movie.
Yeah, I guess.
Most of them look really goofy. There's just pictures of him on here. You're just like, that guy looks handsome. He's got a nice smile and everything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, totally. I don't really know how to respond to that.
Will, I'm glad you remember more about that movie than I did because it was really. I remember the McDonald's toys better than I remember that movie.
I probably saw. I think I saw it in theaters, like back in
the concept
of
the
94?
Flintstones.
94.
I just love that concept where it's like, yeah, no, all the technology is exactly the same, but it's all made of stone and stuff. And you're like, all right.
I remember I saw Leave It to Beaver, the remake of that from '97.
Mm-hmm.
On IMDb.
They made a movie. Right?
They made a movie out of Leave It to Beaver in '97, and I think it ended with him. I know nothing about this movie or about the initial series. I remember seeing the movie, kind of, but I think it ends with he ends up in a large teacup on top of a diner for some reason.
He ends up there. Like that's where he lives. Like he's forced out of his home.
He doesn't. Well, he doesn't live there.
He's forced out of his. He's forced out of his.
He's
home.
not forced out of his home. He's emancipated. He
it.
emancipates himself, and he lives in a. Lives in that. Yeah, Leave It to Beaver.
Well, I could say that Chris McDonald is in Leave It to Beaver as Ward Cleaver. You may remember Christopher McDonald as Shooter McGavin from the Happy Gilmore film from
and
96,
we also know
so.
Christopher McDonald from the movie The Stupids.
Oh yeah, with Tom Arnold.
Was in that Tom movie? Arnold. Yeah, I don't think he is in it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden saw him and remembered the movie The Stupids and how that was a movie that existed and was filmed and budgeted and was released into theaters.
And I'll tell you what about
incredibly
the
dull with a family unknowingly stumble upon an illegal weapons deal while in the trailer stolen garbage. Oh my god, I want to see this so bad. The tagline is Tom Arnold is Stanley Stupid.
It's only got a 4.1 out of 10. I want to say yes. So this is a movie that was made and greenlit and all that stuff, and it still made more money than Zyzzyx Road. So there you go.
Oh,
yeah. Also, if you do a Google image search for Leave It to Beaver teacup, the sixth result is Eddie Redmayne for some reason.
Okay,
because sure.
Because why not?
Because
can I get any prediction on Matt? Maybe it's too hard to ask this because it's too general of a question, but it's so weird how the director of The Stupids is actually like a semi-famous director. It's just like how... Are you guys still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. I'm just wondering where you're going with this.
I just want you to try and guess who the director is. It's like Francis Ford Coppola directing Jack. That's the weirdest thing to me.
Yeah, and I can't play this game because I just looked it up. So I can't.
Yeah, I know you did. I know. I was going to ask you, and I was like, no, you're just looking it up. But I actually only noticed because of another reason that I'll mention in a second.
Oh, okay.
Go right ahead.
Okay. Well, you're never going to guess who it is. John Landis directed The Stupids. Director of American Werewolf in something? In London, Coming to America, The Blues Brothers, Animal House,
Trading
Places. And then The Stupids with the tagline, Tom Arnold
Three
is
Amigos.
Stanley Stupid. Three Amigos, yeah. And I only noticed that because Max Landis was in the cast, and I was like, why is Max Landis in this movie? And then it turns out that his dad directed it.
I want to see what
Max Landis, writer-director of the movie Chronicle.
So he did a bunch of Michael... basically, he did Beverly Hills Cop 3 and then a bunch of Michael Jackson videos and then The Stupids.
Can I just... Okay, do you guys ever... This is great. If you look on somebody on IMDb or a movie, you know how there's user lists on the side?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, here is... The top two for John Landis on the side is... One list is called People Who Are Undoubtedly Talented.
Ooh,
the picture there is Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and then somebody else created a list in February 2012, and the list was just called People I Need to Look Into.
Yeah.
And they wanted to look into John Landis.
Hopefully that's not by a proctologist.
Feel like it's probably not.
Probably not a proctologist, hopefully. People I need to look into. Because that definition changes a lot depending on your profession, I can tell you that.
Yes.
Well, hell. It's...
heck. You guys...
it's a hell of a business.
None of you saw that new the new Netflix show, with Ellie Kemper?
Not yet, but I did start on House of Cards, which is somewhat related.
Is she not the most adorable person for some reason?
I like her a lot.
Ellie Kemper, she seems like very inherently likable. I don't know how you could dislike her.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just me. Sorry.
She's very nice.
Did
you watch it, or are you just saying that from the previous?
No, I'm very excited to start watching it, but I didn't realize it was out. But it's out now, so I will be watching it. I won't binge watch it because I don't really binge watch anything. But I'll be checking it out for sure.
Yeah, The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, the newest Tina Fey sitcom offering available on Netflix.
Yes, about a girl.
You gotta be excited about that. I kind of wish that she was in it. Tina Fey, because I do like her as a performer. Yeah. Maybe she'll show up down the road. That's okay.
We'll see, man. One can dream.
Maybe maybe Kimmy Schmidt runs into Liz Lemon.
Yeah, that could happen.
Yeah,
it won't. It won't happen. Yeah, but I'll be checking that out.
Yeah,
for show. Doing that for show.
Yeah. All right. Anything else this week, gentlemen?
Will, you still there, bud?
Yeah, I was just looking up this movie called Mystery Team. I wonder if it's any good.
Like the Donald Glover one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's okay. They filmed it and made it themselves. Yeah, it's
okay. It's good.
I don't know how to describe it. It's not going to hold up, but it's worth checking out, I guess. It's like old childish mixtapes. Like, you can't listen to I'm just a rapper anymore. Like, once the new mixtapes come out, because it's awful. It's awful to listen to old Childish Gambino mixtapes, like his very first ones, because he sounds all nasally and kind of just like doing whatever. And then now that he is actually becoming more of an artist in that sense, then it's great to listen to his new stuff, but his old stuff just doesn't hold water. So I saw Mystery Team probably 2 or 3 years ago, so I can't totally vouch for it, but I'd say it's worth checking out. It has its moments.
Sure, to see the roots of these guys, I guess.
Yeah,
coming out. Yeah.
See what Dominic Durkis is up to, whatever his name is. That's not his name.
Sure. Yeah, but, it sounds like it. All right, well, that's Joe this week, I guess.
That was a podcast. We just had it.
Hey.
Listen, nowhere to go from here but up. And next week, guys, I think we go up in quality in a big way. Me and Sarah Canning. And she answers the questions you tweeted back in August. So if you have a question for Sarah Canning, you should have been in August, and and you should have helped us out. But we appreciate those who did. She was quite lovely to accommodate me. And Remedy Season 2.
Looking forward to it.
March 23rd. The hospital gets blown up. Oh, my God. This
is it the Joker who did it?
I guess, yeah. Jared Leto from the Suicide Squad. Walks away. Okay. You can find me. I'm on Twitter at William C. Vaughn.
I'm on Twitter at MP Vaughn. Those are letters and then the name.
On Twitter and Instagram at Evonix.
Spell it as you wish.
EVAUGHANICS.
Mostly for the audience.
Well, it's too late now. I've spelled it for them. So.
Oh no! What's that? It's a Parliament of Owls. It's come to take us away to Zyzzyx Road.